cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? Take your destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we want to talk Cassie and P Diddy. If you don't know what's going on, where have you been? Okay, so if you don't know, a couple of days ago, Cassie, the musician, the singer, and longtime P Diddy's girlfriend, sued the music mogul P Diddy for a whole lot of things, a whole lot of accusation and allegation was laid in that suing and in that court papers. And this has gotten a whole lot of people talking. A whole lot of people are talking about the situation and what they think about P. Diddy and Cassie's relationship. I find this conversation very interesting because what they're saying, I'm not going to cover like the entire info of the story. It's all over media. So, but it's people's reaction to this and even people's reaction to the settlement Diddy did for Cassie after 24 hours of this lawsuit being filed and being public. Just got a lot of people talking, and I find a lot of the things they are saying very interesting. And so first, we're going to see people's reaction when the news dropped and the law document was released to the public and people saw the things Cassie was accusing P. Diddy of, people's thoughts on this. And after Diddy settled out of court with Cassie, what people thought about that and all that, which I find very interesting. So anyway, guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this story, then we'll come back and talk, okay? But go down and let me know what you think about this Cassie and P. Diddy thing. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think.
Cassie just filed a lawsuit against Diddy, and she's alleging some pretty disturbing things. So I want to start with a trigger warning. In this lawsuit, Cassie accuses Diddy of rape, physical assault, trafficking. According to the lawsuit, Cassie met Diddy when she was 19 years old and got into a relationship with him when she was 22 years old and he was 40 years old. According to court documents, he immediately introduced her to a fast-paced, drug-filled lifestyle. She also alleges that he blew up Kid Cudi's car for being romantically interested in her. In the lawsuit, she says she signed a 10-album deal with Diddy shortly after meeting him and that he quickly helped her achieve success musically. But she says that he was highly critical and not long after, he was controlling all aspects of her life. She then alleges that once they were involved romantically, that he started forcing her to have with male sex workers while under the influence of drugs and while he watched. Lawsuit also details years of physical abuse, while it alleges that his staff did little or nothing to help. The lawsuit also alleges that Diddy, Sean Combs, would force her to take copious amounts of drugs that eventually led her into an addiction. Another trigger warning, here you can see that she says that when she tried to leave him in 2018. According to court documents, she checked into a rehab center after leaving him because of the trauma and the abuse she suffered during their 10 years together. The lawsuit goes into detail about the alleged some of it that I don't want to get into because it is just too heavy. Lawsuit was filed in New York. It is public record, and Cassie's lawyer has represented some of Harvey Weinstein's victims.
And I tell you, my mouth was wide open reading this entire lawsuit against P. Diddy from Cassie. I always knew there was something about this man. If it wasn't going to be about his little parties that have always been rumors on the internet, it was going to be from her. This headline alone is outrageous. At 37, Diddy was on top of the world. He signs Cassie to his label. They start dating when she was 19, and from there, earth. What she alleges in this lawsuit is insane. I'm talking about her picking online so that can come to the house so that Diddy can watch have sex with her. Diddy getting so upset over one of her male friends that he dangled him over a hotel balcony from like the 17th floor. She even alleges that at some point she was dating Kid Cudi and Diddy done went and blew up this man's car. Kid Cudi jumped into the chat like a jump scare. Through a spokeswoman, he confirmed that this actually did happen. His car was blown up in his driveway. Puffy, this man would isolate her in a hotel room so that she could heal after getting a beating. And it was actually after he broke into her apartment and R-ed her that she decided, I'm out. And I know there are going to be all kinds of people that are like, why is she saying this now? There's a federal law in New York that expires next week where survivors of assault who the assault period of time was long ago get to speak up about their allegations and their case. And since this will no longer be a thing anymore, she saw this as an opportunity to come out and tell her side of the story before she basically can't. Her lawyer also alleges that Diddy offered her some hush money so that she wouldn't have to do this lawsuit. Her lawyer also alleges that Cassie tried to get 30 million out of him or threatened to release a tell-all book. It's fucking crazy. This whole thing, fucking crazy. Would I put it past him? No. Do I believe Cassie? Always gonna believe a woman.
Good question. So a lot of people in the comments have said that there have been rumors about Diddy for years. That's true. But the rumors that I heard, at least, were about him being fluid within his relationships. And being fluid in your relationships has absolutely nothing to do with you being an abusive, violent person. The allegations that Cassie made are beyond serious. The fact that Kid Cudi actually confirmed the allegations about the car, that was wild to me. That's already one person on her side. What I'd be interested to see is Diddy going to countersue Cassie for defamation? Because he denied all of the allegations. But if he sues for defamation, that means he's going to have to prove, really his lawyer is going to have to prove, that all of the allegations that Cassie made in her pleading aren't true. And I mean, maybe he can possibly do that. He's got a lot of security guards, friends, associate, record exec, other people that he's been around. Maybe they witnessed some of this. Maybe they didn't. The problem with intimate partner violence is that it often happens out of the sight of others. So I just don't know if he can sue her for defamation. And if he doesn't sue her for defamation, I'm just really interested to see how he's going to disprove all of this. Unless he can somehow show that Cassie already had a problem, she already had these issues, and she is deflecting. But him just saying she was seeking out money isn't really a case in and of itself. So I'm going to be following this story just as much as everybody else is.
I mean, we already knew this. You know what I'm saying? All the signs showed it, everything. And for the people who talk about she doing it just for clout or she ran out of money, Cassie never has to run out of money. Her husband's rich, she's good. You know what I'm saying? She don't say nothing. She don't bother nobody. She stay by herself, making her money for real, for real. She too cute to be bothered by some stuff. But maybe I believe she signed an NDA and now that their 10 years is up, you know what I'm saying, she could finally speak out something. But we knew that already. Literally, it was just a matter of time before it came out. We knew that. Surviving Diddy, mark my words. He gonna be the next R. Kelly. I swear. Like, Netflix, run a deal. Let's do this. Like, I want to see. Show me.
Yo, listen. This is deep. Do you guys understand? Do you guys understand that how many people have been waiting for this to happen? Like, this must be really the age of Aquarius, because let me tell you something. Everything that's in the dark is coming to light. We have been hearing so many things for so many years, allegedly against Diddy. You guys think that shaved head was for something? You guys think that was just because she wanted to? You guys think that she abruptly just left him? No, you guys, no. Ooh, I am ready to hear this. I have been ready to hear this. You know, she is living she is happy. From what I heard, her personal trainer was now her husband. He saved her. He saved her from Diddy, allegedly. Allegedly. Y'all, you don't even know that how breaking news this is. Years, you guys. She's ready to break her silence. I'm pulling up. Do you understand me? Do you understand? I'm already pulled up. I just saw this and my life was like, oh my God, we're here. So, is anybody as surprised as I am about this? Are we riding this wave right now? Because let me tell you something. Let's ride it together.
As someone that has a criminology degree that had to study court cases in school, I've never seen a court document with a trigger warning. That's how bad these allegations are. I have to say allegations because, again, legal. And mind you, I only know about the ones that are on Love B. Scott that was featured on the website. There's so much more details. It's a lot. And thank God for Kid Cudi confirming it, because God only knows what people will be saying. Like, granted, there are people that's trying to discredit her, but it would have been far more worse if he had not confirmed what happened with his car. And I wanted to show this tweet from my mutual because I don't think we are prepared for the onslaught of support that people are going to unleash in regards to Diddy. Because I'm gonna let you know right now, there's going to be a lot of people in this industry that are about to disappoint us. Diddy has been in this thing for over 30 years at this point, and he has done a lot of alliances with people. He has ventured his way into different parts of different industries as a whole. And yeah, we are literally going to have to lace up our Timbs because it's about to look really, really bad. I already said Hollywood's not going to recover after the strikes and people coming out as pro-Israel. But this specifically Black Hollywood, oh Lord, we're not ready.
Let me tell y'all something. Everything Cassie said Diddy did, he did that shit. I don't even gotta know the details. I don't care what she said. Whatever Cassie said he did, that man did that shit. Because is this not the same man who put his hands on Kim Porter? And then when she died, all of a sudden that was the love of his life? You put that woman in a hospital. And ain't this the same man who got them shady business dealings? Now he trying to give his artists back their publishing after decades of stealing money from them. This is, come on. He did that. Ain't no trial. He did that. She innocent. The NDA must be up, honey. And Cassie said, I'm spilling. And you know what's crazy? I don't really believe that Diddy and Carisha are in a real relationship. I feel like it's a media relationship. She's keeping him young and relevant, and then he's funding her podcast and everything. But I can't wait until like a little later on and Carisha come out and say stuff about him too. If she ever does that. But whatever Cassie say he did it.
It took him 1 day to settle the lawsuit with Cassie. And some of you said she was lying. Look at that. 1 day and Diddy settled the lawsuit. This is according to the New York Times. The R&B singer Cassandra Ventura and the music mogul did not disclose terms of the settlement, which came 1 day after Miss Ventura filed an explosive complaint. They said the parties announced on Friday evening that they had reached an agreement to resolve the case, though they disclosed no details about the terms of the settlement. So she got more than $30 million. But he was trying to say it was a shakedown. Cassie said, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. And Diddy said, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. Listen, the floodgates were opening and that girl was telling the truth.
Allegedly.
And he did not even write her a check. They transferred the money into her account and he told his bank to make sure that money was in there right now.
Allegedly.
That's what I think happened. If she wanted 30 million, he probably gave her 60 million. It is just crazy that we live in a world like this where if you have a lot of money, you can just make things go away, because that's literally what's happening right now. But I'm glad she talked about it, and now we know, and we won't forget.
Cassie and Diddy settled the lawsuit. Here are some things that I don't know if you've noticed, but I'd like to share. From my legal background, I was able to see some things, and I don't know if you have, so let's talk about it. The first thing is, this lawsuit is not a surprise to Diddy or his legal team, because that's not how law works. Typically what happened, and more than likely what happened here, is that Diddy's attorneys and Cassie's attorneys were in negotiation prior to all of this. Diddy's attorneys did not want to give Cassie what Cassie wanted, and so she probably more than likely threatened to sue. She threatened the lawsuit. More than likely, Diddy's attorneys, they probably didn't believe that she would, maybe because it's such a massive case with such substantive facts and details. But what happened was she probably threw them a curveball, allegedly, and she went ahead and filed the lawsuit. Not only that, she went ahead and she requested trial by jury. That means her legal team was confident, okay? To request a trial by jury, you have to be confident. You have to convince 12 different people of your story. Do you understand how much more difficult that is than to just convince one person, that being the judge? You must be very confident. So I wonder what details she has up her sleeve, or what other details she has up her sleeve. This more than likely is what Diddy and his attorneys are seeing. I think Diddy and his attorneys care a lot about that fact, because this again is just the 2 cents of a girl on the internet. If all the details are already out there, wouldn't you be eager to go to trial to clear your name? Or if all the details are not out there, wouldn't you be afraid that more details will be revealed? So what would be the next logical thing that you would do? Settle. So all in all, people are saying Cassie got scared. I don't think Cassie got scared. I think this is what Cassie wanted from jump. She must have gotten what she wanted, because for you to settle a matter, usually what happens is, it's not just a check that you get. You now have to sign an NDA. Like, you can't talk about the situation anymore. So would you sign something like that? Allegedly. All of this is alleged. All of this is just a girl on the internet, okay? I don't know anything at all. I don't have no sense. Would you be eager to sign a document like that preventing you from talking about the situation unless you were properly and handsomely compensated? She wanted a particular result. She wasn't getting the result, so she carried it all the way. That's just my 2 cents. None of this is fact. I'm just a girl on the internet with a legal background.
Originally, I wasn't going to talk about this whole Diddy thing, but I have to say this because I recently saw this clip from this interview, and it tells me everything that I need to know about this case.
He made one record with you. Money, Power, and Respect. It's 10 years later, and you still got half of our publishing. Now, there's no way you can make it justifiable that you said you deserve half of our publishing.
And then after all of these years, and after all of the artists that have complained about their money, you finally offer them a chance to get their masters back. But there's only one catch. It comes with a fresh NDA. What do these people know that you don't want us to? This man just finished saying that they've been waiting for 10 years to get their share of the publishing. 10 long years. But Cassie got her money in less than 24 hours? I know a Lannister always pays his debts, but Diddy doesn't. This makes every single person with an allegation look credible. I feel like now that Cassie got her money, he's going to have to pay other people. Everybody ain't lying. I don't care what nobody says. If there's ever a situation where person after person after person comes out of the woodwork and says something about that person, everybody ain't lying. There has to be some truth to some of these allegations. In my opinion, Cassie played this perfectly. She's alleging that you victimized her, and rather than trying to write a tell-all book and you come along and try to stop that book from being published, the allegations in her complaint alone, it already tells a little bit of the story. You couldn't stop her still putting some of the tea out there. Anybody who's a witness to anything that she's talking about, they now have the battery in their back to tell the rest of the story. This is better than a tell-all book. So she still was able to tell a little bit of what you did to her and get her money. Well played. I hope that woman gets the help that she needs if everything that she alleges is true.
The people involved know about it way before anything hits no judge docket.
Let me tell you something. Diddy absolutely knew that this was coming and has been planning his defense with the legal team for quite some time now. Follow me. Diddy has always had women, right? Like, we've all known this, but he's only been super public with serious relationships and partners. Except for the last year or two. He's been very public with Young Miami, but he's also been out and about, spotted left and right with some cute little young things, some flings. I think these very public one-off flings with all these younger women, as well as his long-term connection with Young Miami, is him creating character witnesses. I think he has intentionally treated these women really well, as far as, showering them with attention, with affection, with very generous gifts, on top of basic human decency, not assaulting them or berating them, so that he has actual women that he has been romantically involved in to speak to his good character. Think about the State versus Tory Lanez, right? How all those people wrote letters to the judge on behalf of Tory Lanez, speaking to his character and how good of a person he was. And they did that for nothing. Imagine the letters or the testimonies of the women that he done bought Maybachs for. Also, recently, within the last year or so, Diddy offered everybody from Bad Boy the opportunity to get their masters. However, you would only get it if you signed an NDA that states you will never speak badly about Bad Boy or any affiliates. So the people that can attest to what Cassie is saying and were around and probably the closest to them wouldn't be able to speak on the situation in a civil suit. They're also not going to be able to come forward and purge any of their own stories about their interactions with Diddy or how their relationships went. I'm not going to hold y'all. Team Cassie all day. Diddy is going to play hardball with this girl.
Listen, I'll keep my thing brief here. Diddy, you are going somewhere. You are going somewhere because you can't be stopped now. You've been a bad boy for life. Diddy, well done. I show you too. What? This is piping hot tea, flammable tea. You burn your tongue. And so you have to blow the tea. Sorry, don't care about no facts. I don't care about the case. I don't care about nothing. All I know is that did it. To me, that did that. Bro, I didn't even deep it at the time. I know I'm deeping it now. What does this 37-year-old want with a 19-year-old? Furthermore, what does a 37-year-old millionaire want with a 19-year-old? Broski. Well, let me tell you. Can you see the hands? It's red. Red-handed. Sorry. I don't even know how Diddy's even walking freely. I don't get it. Someone has just confessed that you're behind the Tupac. I don't know how he's still walking freely. To me, personally, it's not like everyone else in the hip-hop rap scene in America hasn't known for the past 20 plus years. You know what I mean? But someone has actually confessed. How is he still walking freely? Money. See, when you've got money and you're powerful, it's scary, you know. I can't lie. If everyone's saying that, wow, you know, oh, why should only just come out now? I can't lie to you. From the little I know, to come out and get evidence for these kind of cases, it's not easy, you know. It's very hard, bro. So I can only imagine the mental drainage that you'll be going through, you know what I mean? But even worse than that, imagine facing someone that's a millionaire. He's older than you, and he's a multi-millionaire, and he's well-known, and he's well-respected. I'd be too, to be honest. I'll be like, that guy did it. Baba Love, Mr. Love, this is all your love, Abby. I should have known for anyone to call themselves love, you must be overcompensating. Because the damage you have done must have been too much. I just look at his track record. Because see anybody that's did it that has come out happily, or that label at least, from Mace to Shine to G-Dep to Biggie to Danny King to just go down the list. People either end up in jail, they give their life to Christ, or they give their life to Allah because they've seen so much crazy weary with Diddy. Or it just goes downhill for them. That's something to be scared of. That's a red flag in itself. But boy, Hollywood is just a mess right now. I don't know what's going on there, but this week has been crazy. From Will Smith and doing, what's his name? They say Will Smith was caught doing one corner. Well, I don't know. Big Willie. Sorry, boss. That's what they used to call him. I'm sorry. They're saying Usher as well. Usher, are we going to need another confessions? The final one, though. The final one. This one will go triple platinum because the tea will be piping. Usher. So you mean it's not same girl? It's same guy. Same why? Sorry. Apologies. No, but guys, honestly, I've never felt happier to just be a normal human being. No. Because God forbid this kind of whether accusation, whether the truth, whether propaganda, whether conspiracy upon my name. God forbid. This is incredible.
Diddy and Cassie settlement? Well, you want to talk about it, grab your snacks, let's go. Now, I was supposed to be coming to you guys with part 2 of the 35-page lawsuit, but wow, what a difference a day makes. If you were thoroughly confused by this situation and just needed a little clarification, you are in the right place, because I too am a civil law attorney. I practice specifically in the niche area of family law, but since I sue people for a living, I know exactly what's going on. Now, my lawsuits usually come in the form of a divorce, sometimes custody, sometimes some other things, and we have our own niche cutout rules for family law, but procedurally, we all follow the rules of civil procedure. Now, the settlement. I was not expecting it to come so quickly, but was I expecting it to come? Yes. As a layperson, meaning that you're not in this field, I can understand how this could be a little confusing, maybe a little suspicious, but that is why you came to me, because you know I'm going to give you the real from A to Z. So buckle up. First and foremost, I need you guys to understand that settlements are very normal in this industry. I knew one was going to happen. I just wasn't expecting it this soon. For instance, let's say I filed 50 lawsuits this year. I filed a lot more than that, but just for the sake of easy numbers. Out of those 50 cases, maybe 5 or 10 of those are actually going to make it all the way to trial. Which goes back to my point how most cases end in a settlement, and I'll tell you why. Most people don't want their case to go all the way to trial, because your business will be in the street. To really prepare for a strong case, especially in civil law, where we're talking about a lot of money involved, in my case, it's people, kids, houses, retirement, it takes about a good 6 months or maybe even more, depending on all the issues, to really develop a solid case. To see a trial all the way through, you have no idea how many people I got to involve in this lawsuit, all the subpoenas that I will send out for witnesses, a deposition. We haven't even touched on discovery. Just think back to the Peanut case. If you don't know who Peanut is, I suggest you go find out. The video is pinned at the top. You think when I started subpoenaing the pastor, the mama, the accountant, you think they went to trial? No. It is quite obvious to me that Cassie had an amazing case, and Diddy didn't want half of that information to come out. Well, how do I know? Well, this trial could easily cost $500,000 into the millions. Diddy is almost a billionaire. The amount of money it would have cost him to fund this trial would have been just like him ordering a cheeseburger. It would have been nothing. If I'm a billionaire and you're accusing me of doing God knows what with God knows who, and it's not true, oh, trust me, I'm taking you down all the way through trial. You better ask Johnny. Defamation.
But if I actually did it, I have way too much to lose to let that tea come out, so I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to hush you, and quickly. Y'all, the writing on the wall is so obvious, it's plain to see, at least to me. He's almost a billionaire. It would have cost him nothing to expose her for lying. But he chose the latter. All my trial attorneys out there, say it with me, put it in the comments. RFPs. Request for production, honey. It is a guilty man's worst nightmare. Y'all, just one RFP on that phone's record and data, and we would have had 10 documentaries lined up. All in all, this is the swiftest settlement I've ever seen. Pretty smart for Diddy, and I'm happy for Cassie. She gets the money she was asking for without having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on the trial to get it. Go ahead, girl. But let's discuss the elephant in the room. Can charges still be pressed? Can Diddy still ultimately go to jail? Could he? The answer is yes. Now, I'm not sure what the statute of limitations are for in this state, but what we do know is in that lawsuit, she also claimed that there was trafficking. And you know what I hear when I hear the word trafficking? Feds! Yo, feds! The federales might be on their way. It's possible, but we'll see. I have several points that I want to ask you now, and I want us to address this in the comments. First and foremost, I want you to ask yourself, have there ever been one time where Cassie was ever considered problematic? Then I want hands in the comments of how many times you've heard an allegation about Diddy. And for the skeptics about the settlement agreement, I want to ask you, if you were a billionaire and someone was wrongfully accusing you of the heinous things that Cassie is accusing of Diddy, and it would cost you basically nothing to be able to prove your innocence because of how much money you have, would you cough up millions of dollars to make this go away in just 19 hours? Well, you wanted my thoughts on the settlement offer? Now you have it. And before I let you go, I want to leave you with this little clip I saw circulating around. I'll see you in the comments.
What a beautiful dress.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you, can't wait to see 3 a.m.
Yes.
The controversy.
Yeah.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this video, this conversation, what people's thoughts are. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about it. But please keep it respectful. Here on the channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. Okay? I find this video very interesting and the entire allegations around P. Diddy, because for years and years and years and years, there's a whole lot of allegations that have come up about P. Diddy. And most of them, he either just keep quiet, or he's not saying anything, or he comes to debunk it and say it's a lie and all that. But with this Cassie one really coming really swift and all that, I'm just like, and then I think I'm going to do a part 2 because a whole lot of clips are coming out about P. Diddy, Cassie, Kim Porter, and I'm just like, I can't miss that, okay? So I think I'm going to do a part 2 of that. Let's see. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 of those various clips and what people have said in the past that are just almost adding up to Cassie's story and all that. Go down in the comment section and let me know if you want to see. But do I believe Cassie? Yes. Do you believe Cassie? I'd like to know down in the comment section. I believe everything Cassie said because she was a young woman, 19, when a 37-year-old man chose to pick interest in her. So there will be a whole lot of naiveness going on because how many of us ladies here have been 19 and remember how naive we were when older men tried to take advantage of us and we really can't say anything. But I feel like she got exactly what she wanted. I feel like she has been with Diddy the longest, so she knows that Diddy will not go to trial with it. And I feel like she really wanted to get the money out of it, and which she did. And I think that Diddy thought that she won't go through, like the other lawyer said, she won't go through with it, allegedly. And then she went through with it. But I really find this conversation, we're hearing all these things coming up on Hollywood, and even how some of these men in Hollywood, powerful men, billionaires, are really towards women. And for me, that's really scary. Not all of them, but the ones we're seeing in the celebrity status, some of them, is really scary what they do to women, how they control women and all that. And for me, I feel like men that usually do this type of control comes from a very dark place. And this is where I say when people that have had trauma hasn't gone to heal themselves, they pass their trauma around even to the children, even to their partner, and then they are so insecure, they want to control you, they want to control your mind, because that's the only thing they have control over, because they don't even have control over their emotions and what trauma they are going through. But I really find this entire expose really interesting. But I'm really happy that this has come out, because a whole lot has come out about P Diddy, but I feel like this just like sealed it up, and it's going to get everybody talking, and nobody's going to forget this in a hurry. This will always be in Diddy's history, whether he's been jailed or not. People will always remember this lawsuit Cassie filed. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this video down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting your girl. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.